Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Mystic Poet Society. It happened
Woo!
tonight. We're here. Yay.
Yay!
So, tonight we have, of course, Heather Indigo Jaguar, my writing buddy, but our special guest, Lennan Smith, with us
Yay!
tonight.
Hi,
So excited.
I'm so excited to be here.
Been
Yes.
totally
And
looking forward to
we
this.
have more and more
I
in
love your
like
writing.
things in common that I didn't know. Like we are geographically close, in the South here, and that we both have 2 year olds. I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
yeah.
That's so cool. So, I just, um, wow, we've got. Let's look. Let's see. Ange is here. Roots
And
and Waves are Ange. Hi. I thought I'd just say hey before it gets, more and more committed. It's harder to do it.
Miss
Yeah, we'll
Nancy.
let people trickle in.
Yeah,
Yes.
trickle it. Yeah. And then, oh, Nancy, my favorite crone.
And make sure everyone at home, if you want to join us and
Beautiful,
write and
beautiful
share
Nancy.
their poetry in chat, we always
Yes.
encourage that.
Yes. So, I wanted, you know, let's share like some things that we've been writing. But Lennon, if you wanted to share, like a little bit about channel all the stuff you're writing. I put tons of stuff in the description box where you can get Lennon's books, uh,
Thank you.
all
Thank you.
kinds of like merch stuff that you have, different resources that you had, and so anything that um, you might wonder about Lennon. And there's decks that you've done decks too.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
saw. So yeah, a lot of stuff. So
I'm actually going to be using one of my decks tonight too.
nice.
Ooh.
So
Oh, yay. I'm
that'll be
excited
great.
about that. Yeah, awesome. Oh, we have Kristen Louise. Hey, Kristen. Good to see you. Glad you're here. So I'm gonna let you just take the
Okay,
floor here and
and
talk and share a little bit if you like.
well, my name's Lennon. I'm on YouTube. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram. Those are the only socials I have at the moment. Um, I guess I've got a few books out. I've got a couple of oracle books. Those were my very first book, the synthesis series. There are 3 oracle books of where I did some like doodle art, where I wrote a small blurb, and it looks kind of like it's set up like a guidebook, like a little white book, and you just kind of do bibliomancy with it, and so it's like an
Hmm.
oracle book. So I did that as a series, and I still refer to those books. I love them so much; they're my babies. And then I did one
I
book,
love that.
Immaculate Immortality. That's the
Love
channel
that.
to dark feminine poetry. And then literally on my birthday, I uploaded Carpe Magica, which I just got my author copy for today. So that's out
Ooh.
on Amazon right now. And I'm writing 2 feral themed books that to come out in the spring. Now, all of my book releases typically come out within I would say I'm going on the Witch's Wheel of the Year calendar. So they'll come out the summer solstice, and the next book to come out is on Beltane, so April 30th. So
Ooh.
I'm going on the Wheel of the Year calendar with that. I'm thinking in the thinking stage of a new deck that I'm working on that I want to work on, and I've got a lot of things going on at the moment, but those are just the ones I'm starting with. But I'm excited to be here and kind of write, see if I can see how good I am at writing poetry on the fly. Okay, like
Yeah,
It's
it's
yeah.
different. Yeah. I was
Mhm.
like, I'm glad we'll have a third and give me a little bit more time to get my thoughts together.
cycle back, pass, pass, pass.
Yeah, right. So, I didn't know if like there was maybe anything like that you recently put out, like if there was something like you wanted to share, or any poem that you want to share or whatever, or if you don't, that's fine too.
Oh, well, I mean, if you want me to read one from the book, I don't know. I mean, we could just do a little bibliomancy. I don't know. I keep referring to my feral intervention, which I wrote. When I wrote it, I did it in kind of like a what would have been like a beatnik poetry song. And so I really love that one. I keep thinking about it too, but there's a lot of good ones in here that I don't know. How about this? I will share my chapters with you guys and y'all tell me which one sounds the
Ooh, okay. I
Okay.
like that.
Yeah.
So I have themes in this book, which is they're basically like chapters where the poetry for each of the chapters, they go on those chapters. So the whole book isn't just one kind of theme, there's multiple. So I've got primordial chaos, I've got magic, I've got shapeshift, I've got feral, I've got liminal, I've got time, wisdom, death, and ascent and descent, which is like the rebirth chapter, I guess you could say.
Ascent, descent.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious about feral
that is
because
liminal. Yeah.
And I've got,
I've really been interested in like, because I mean, I love
feral.
like feral cats and like I was looking at getting like a possum shirt the other day because they just make me laugh. Like, anything, raccoons, like I love all of them. Like anything that's wild, kind of, yeah, I love that.
All right. I will do, let's see, I will do Steal the Angel's Flaming Sword. Okay. This is in the Ascent and Descent chapter. Steal the Angel's Flaming Sword. If Eden is lost to you, steal the angel's flaming sword. That angel doesn't fight too well. He just wants his soul to abide. The soldier's essence is vigilant. He will not give up too soon. Hide yourself in the bushes there, the brush you'll have to prune. The fire is of the spirit, so it should only slightly burn. Grasp it in your burnt palms. Use all that you have learned. Once you have the sword, the angel having been slain, take your place back in paradise, and here you shall remain.
So. That one line in there.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I wish they had stuff like that anymore. Like I tried to find poetry reading nights, and you can't find them anymore.
Yeah.
I would love to like go to that. But look, I'll read you one from.
I love that. That was
the feral chapter because that's what
I think Heather and I liked the same line a lot too. It's something about like I heard Heather go like "ooh," and I was like, I like that line too. Yeah.
I'll have to play back and to rewrite it down, but that was really, really cool.
It was, yeah.
And which line?
It was something about the hands, coming back to the hands.
If the fire is of the spirit, so it should only slightly burn. Grasp it in your burnt palms. Use all that you have learned.
Yes,
that was it. Yeah.
Because it was almost like when you grab the flaming sword, it's going to burn you.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to have husks for hands after this fight with Saint Michael. Okay.
Yes. Double A Michael. Yeah.
Right. And let's see, you wanted the feral chapter, so let's do something kind of unhinged for Karen. Here we go. We got a lot in this one. Some of them I've already talked about, so I don't know if I don't want to like repeat myself. But I shall see. Well, there's the beast's uncertainty. Because the feral is all about being the beast, right? And we're the beast. We're the animal, right? Or whatever. Okay, whatever. I have my own thoughts about this. So I have a poem called The Beast's Uncertainty. Inside the deluge of uncertainty, the beast wanders alone. They remember their humanity among the trash that tries to atone. The stories they may hear are bruised from the lands, hearkened loudly voiced, speech heard across nature's band. The forest envelops nicely their footprints in the snow, and as they stay their course, truer paths they will go. Doubtful need not tread here in this dark place, for the beast keeps the vigil alive, never to be effaced.
I love how the land covered its that line about the land.
Like a loud snap.
Covering its footprints. Yeah. I love that.
That was
So
as y'all can tell, a lot of these are free verse, but I do like to rhyme. I do like to rhyme.
it happens, like I'll rhyme things and don't mean to, and then I'm like, does that sound though like I'm trying, like I'll get in my head a little bit about it.
And
So to let
sometimes,
flow.
sometimes I don't
Naturally.
keep the rhyme. Sometimes
Yeah.
I'll rhyme it to get the meter right and to get the
Mhm.
story right. And then I'll go back and change the word and change the
Yeah.
words around. And then before long it won't rhyme. But the structure is good. And
Yeah.
I'll use the rhyme to find the structure of a poem. And then
Mhm.
sometimes I'll just twist words around to where the metric of it won't make sense anymore, but it works better than it did rhyming. So sometimes I use
Yeah.
structure it, and then go back and change the words and look up synonyms for those words so that I'm
Mhm.
like you said, like you don't want
Word
to
Hippo is a great place for synonyms. I love Word Hippo.
yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
I've probably used that one. I
Uh-huh.
can't remember all the names.
It's
I
like,
mean,
I
I
need a different
have
word.
the thesaurus app on my phone.
Yeah,
I just use that all the time.
that's smart. Um, what do you have coming up on your channel? Like anything that you want to share or anything you know, uh people can watch out for?
Um, well, in terms of videos, I put out a video, I guess on average every week. I've got a video coming out about the tarot, about being on Tarot Tube, and how because I haven't bought a tarot deck in a long time, I felt disconnected from Tarot Tube a little bit. And so I'm putting a video about that out this week, I think. And then I've got a couple going on about visions because of my poetry coming out. And so much of my poetry I call channeled. I've got a video
Mhm.
coming out soon about how I get visions and how I
Ooh,
I
interpret.
like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that people understand when I say that they're channeled poems, that's, this is how I, envision that is happening to me. It may
Yeah.
not be divinity, like some people would call it, and it could be, and it can be this and this, but it's like about getting those downloads and then interpreting them and putting the pen to paper. Yeah, just to name a few. I mean, I've got a couple out coming out. So those are the
Okay,
ones coming out soon.
And
cool.
Lennon had a wonderful interview with
I'll be on
Bobby
the lookout for that. Yeah.
the other day.
She
Was it last
did.
night?
Yeah.
Last
It was
night,
last
yeah.
night. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Bobby
be
is
sure to
so
check that
nice,
out too.
He
and
is.
I was so honored to have him ask me to be on the channel.
Yes.
I
He
have to
makes you
watch
feel
the
so
rest of it.
comfortable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and even before the live, I told him, I was like, "What if I don't want to answer one of your questions?" Because I was kind of scared, and he was like, "Don't be
Yeah.
nervous," and I was like, "Well, I don't know how personal you're going to get," and he said, "I've got an out for you." Okay, so
It's like the
and
Barbara
I
Walters
didn't
of Tarot Tube.
I didn't have
Yeah.
to use it, I didn't have to use it. I was in good hands with Bobby last night. So
The Barbara Walters of charity. That's funny, Heather.
yeah,
That's funny.
It's like, oh,
Well,
so saying Barbara. It's like, oh, Bobby, you really asked the
yeah.
questions. But yeah, he's very
Well,
good at that.
Heather, was there anything that you wanted to share today? Or
I have some older stuff. I
I'm
was
gonna
planning on writing something or reworking on some old stuff today, but this
there.
afternoon I kind of got hit with a migraine out of nowhere. But we're all good now. So I was kind of going through trying to see what, and I've been actually reworking a few things, so they're not very long. But like I said down in the beginning, for me, poetry, I was going through my book, and I was just like, back then it was just like, oh, I love this, I love this, I love this, and then looking back, it's like, ooh, groy, and having to rework. So for me, like a lot of my artwork, it's constantly evolving, constantly changing. It's like, is a painting ever finished? Is a poem truly, ever finished? And I used to try to write. I had novels, books planned, and I would get into these writing modes where I would have all these ideas, but then I couldn't stick to one because every time I would start to write, other possibilities would branch off to that, and I would get to the point where I would get so overwhelmed, and
Hmm.
the story would be too overdeveloped that I was just like, I would lose interest and the energy would drop and I would walk away. So hopefully one of these days I'll be able to maybe finally do one of those. But in the meantime, the poems are just as good. It's perfect. So Let's see. This one I modified last summer. I don't know what the original date was, but um, this is what I first one. Awakening rosebuds from their dreams of new moons, billowing fires, slow churning within the cauldron, brew of dark amber, vines pulsing like rivers rushing home to their oceans, their ancestors. Sacred earth mud, sanguine and frothy, soil drinking in deeply, kissing the tips of Gaia's fingers. Can you hear the murmurs? And that's what I have so far. I'll probably develop that one more in the future.
Sounds great. I love the
Wow.
word sanguine. I love that word.
That's one of my favorite
Stop.
words too.
Stop. I wrote down literally, okay, look, I scribbled it,
Yeah.
but I wrote it down.
Yeah.
Well, we both had the double card at the bottom of our decks tonight before we started the show, and I thought that was interesting.
Because I was just like,
So
I was like, yeah, that's,
um,
I haven't thought about that in a
I,
while.
I have another here. Let me, because there were a couple. Um, so let me see which one. Let's. Oh, sometimes it's so hard choosing between them. Um, so here, let me do this one and then one more, and then we can go and start taking. Well, then uh, Karen can go ahead and share the pieces that she brought. So what I have here is Illume, Dawn of Spirit, plumage soft as combed silk, crest bearing arms full of roses hidden within their thorns. Today is a good day to die, tomorrow the chance to be reborn. My body is a bridge over my holy waters. My dreaming are my daughters. My bleeding unites us as sisters. In my death, I join wise women. Wise women, this circle will never be broken. And that's that one I have.
Wow. Your imagery is so good.
Oh, thank you.
I felt so ancestral. I wanted to be around a campfire when you
Yes.
recite that.
That
Yes.
last one that I did, I was
You're
just kind of like,
right.
it kind of caught my breath with rivers rushing home to their oceans, their ancestors.
Mhm.
To me,
I
like the
love that.
streams and the rivers and all returning back to their ancestors where they're from the ocean. So, yeah, I'm feeling a lot of that lately. And I
Which
think,
is so weird because I wrote a poem called I Was Born in the River after a vision I had of me being the river, but then flowing in a direction to become a creek, like a small creek, and then
mhm.
flowing the other way against the grain
Hmm.
was the ocean and like this ancestral water line thing. It was weird.
Ooh, I can actually
That's
visually see that.
interesting.
Hmm.
That's
And
interesting.
And I have
Some chills up
one
top.
more, and then I'll pass it over to you, Karen. But Lennon, I got that in my head now. It's like the veins, like within our bodies. How
Right.
we have our main blood vessels, and they break off into the smaller veins, and
Tributaries.
the tributaries, and they all flow out. But where we all come from is that main source. Our
Yeah.
heart. Yeah, that's
And
that's
the
cool.
heart is that rose in your poem. Like, ooh.
Yeah. I'll have to play with that idea
Oh,
too for a poem. Very
love
cool.
that.
See, we
Yeah.
get inspiration from each other. I love
I
Okay.
this.
love that.
And my last offering, okay. Twilight's patchwork colors dance like the bow of a violin, strings weaving notes like a spell, casting them into the air, drawing forth with kindling of song and desire, a fire in the water coalescing, veils of mist emerge from watery depths, reflections of stars floating within the celestial net. It's easier to remember than it is to forget. Heavenly bodies and shifting sands, softly slipping through this eternal hourglass. And that's what I have.
Wow.
I love the eternal hourglass. I love that.
That might have been my favorite. I don't know. That's hard to pick, but I
Yeah.
just loved how it starts, like, music and all that good stuff. All that jazz.
Phew! Oh,
Thank you,
excuse me.
Heather. Oh, bless
Thank you.
you. Bless you. Oh, I missed saying hey to, let's see. Um, Marilyn. Hi, artsy girl Marilyn. Thank you for being here. I remember, it's been a little while since I've seen you, but I remember you talking about being interested in like poetry and everything. So it's so cool seeing you here. Thank you for being here.
And Kristen Louise is thinking about, she's been sitting on
I
some
saw
poems as
that.
well. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a special somebody here in our chat tonight. Fatima.
Fatima. Hello, my dear.
And I believe it's Fatima's birthday.
Oh,
Fatima, is it your birthday?
I believe
Happy
so.
birthday, my
Yes,
dear.
it's the ninth, right? Yeah, it's the
I
ninth.
hope you had a beautiful day.
Yes. So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, she
Happy
left.
birthday, dear
Oh, she went.
Fatima.
Like,
Sorry.
happy
Happy
birthday to
birthday to
you.
you and many
Many
more.
more. Jazz hands.
So, anyways, Fatima's so sweet. She's always like so supportive and comments and everything. And then, I love like the videos of family and the music and everything that she puts out on her end too. She's so sweet. We love you, Fatima, and I hope you've had a very blessed day today.
And
Thank you for being
Sandy's here. Hello, sir. Thanks for being here.
Sandy, oh, let me scroll back down. Yeah, Kristen, you should share. Where's there he is, snuck in there. Sometimes it jumps and I can't see it very well.
I love his
Okay.
picture. That's so cool.
Oh. Hi, Sandy. So good to see you. Thank you for being here. Okay. So, they've been quiet now, but at least they're talking. I put like a ton of, I'm gonna have a mess to clean up tomorrow. Or later on because I decided to put Play-Doh in there with them so they'd be really happy. Yeah.
you're brave, man. You're brave.
Yes, especially with Play-Doh.
Especially with carpet.
Well, there's just a cheap Costco rug in there, so it's all right. Yeah. It's their playroom area, so yeah, definitely not like around my couch and stuff like that. No. Yeah. But yeah. I tell you, I let a lot of things just I go with the flow.
I'm gonna tell you something. With when my first two, I had like hardly any patience. But because I was young and I was still finding
Oh yeah.
myself and everything. I was young when I had my first two, and then when this one came along a couple years ago, I was like, wow, I've got way more patience than I did back then.
Me too. Me too. I had my first one was 35, and then the twins were a surprise. At 41, pregnant with twins. I was like the ancient one going in. I was at the doctor like all the time. I shared a picture with her. I totally. There's like one handful of people who've seen this picture, and it's like I'm out to like here, like massive with these
She
twins.
was
I was
huge. Oh my
oh,
God. I was just like, how did you even get around? Oh my
they
God.
gave
And
me a
she
hernia. I
was.
didn't.
You were like the primordial Venus of Willendorf. You were the mother. I mean, that was just wow. It was amazing.
Yeah. I earned some empress.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
They got
earned that.
two beautiful girls out of that.
They are, and they're both Geminis too,
I
like
can
me. I'm a
feel.
Gemini. Yeah, it's wild. Well, I have been on a haiku writing kick, and I don't know what it is. I think it's just like the structure and being forced to like limit my words right now is a good method for me. But hey, if it works, it works. And then when that doesn't work, you do something different. Okay, so where do we start here? I will start actually off with the one that I actually wrote off of that's based off of a tarot card. And I've been doing this series. I'm going to pick it back up. I did like 5 videos last year.
They're good though. Those are good. Those videos
Thank
are good.
you. Thank you. You know, you just can't force it though.
I
Like it's
know.
just like her artwork is so beautiful. Like I don't want to just force like, you know, and be like, ugh. So, I've been trying to write this poem forever. Okay. And this is based off of the Ten of Pentacles card. And I just love, love this card. You know, you just see the trail, the family trail in the lines. What it reminds me of is my mother-in-law. She's not with us anymore. She actually passed a year after my dad did, in like the same month, same time of year, and everything. And she had mesothelioma, and so she actually had a better fight than we thought we would. You know, she fought really hard and tried some different, you know, treatments and everything. And she's very strong. She never complained or anything, and she was so selfless and so sweet. Um, but like the last, you know, when it really just went fast, things just happened quickly. And I just remember it was a couple of nights before she passed, and I knew like she was having trouble breathing, and I was the only one up in the room with her, and I needed to go get somebody to help, but then she didn't want to be by herself. And I remember her hand, you know, like her hand reaching out and, you know, like taking my hand, and it just it really makes me think of that moment. And after that night, like I had a dream. My dad came in my dream, and he was with my uncle, and they were literally like in an old like T-Bird or something, like some old, you know, um, vehicle from like the 50s or something. And you know, they were coming by to pick her up, and it's just like I just knew, she had passed. I just knew it. And she had. So, but it's just something about this card, and so I've been trying to write this poem for like a long time, and actually, it ended up being a very short haiku. Let's see. Vines trail her wise hands. Love's legacy embraces one final moment. And that's my haiku for that. Whoop! I just hit myself in the card.
Can you read that one more time?
Yeah, yeah. Vines trail.
Vines.
Sorry. Not right now, baby girl.
I have vines
Sorry.
in my
Okay.
other poem too. We're on the
Yeah.
same wavelength tonight.
Okay. I can do this now. Vines trail her wise hands. Love's legacy embraces
Love's
one
legacy.
final moment.
Beautiful.
I love the last line too. It really, I like the last lines of poems. I love them. They feel punchy. I like it.
Thank you. Thank you. Speaking of punchy, I got one right over here.
I see her, right? I see you, little one.
Well, let's see. Oh, I wanted to say, hey, I saw John Savage pop in. Hey,
And
Mr.
Moira.
Savage. I hope it's
Yep.
called Mr. Savage. He cracked me up last night. He's always making me laugh. Hey, Moira, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. We've got such great people in our community. Okay. And then I just wrote like a bunch of like random things about nature, like things, you know, that I visualized. And then one about my twins. This one's about my twins. Like bluebells chiming, laughter echoes down the hall. Tiptoes softly sing. They're like little fairies.
Makes me think of when
kind of
she had their little shoes on without doing the runway with their little hats and tiaras.
Yes.
Tiaras, yeah.
And
That was cute.
then cotton candy sky melting on the horizon, swallowed by the night.
Ooh.
That's a sunset. Yeah.
Love cotton candy skies. They're one of my favorite things.
Mine too.
Swallowed by the sun. Oh, my sunset. Wow.
Yeah, love
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Then let's see. Sun-kissed leaves glisten. Swift gusts bend branches backwards, singing spring's debut. And we're almost in spring.
Mm-hmm.
And then I love geese. I have a bunch of geese. I wrote one about them. Honking geese waddle up the hill, single file line, snapping blades of grass. And these are really good. They're coming up. I can say that because when you look, you're like, oh, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. Golden honey rays cascade down the mountainside, awaking the earth. Spider webs of fate sparkle in the morning dew, watching and waiting. So I don't know. I like kind of feel like I'm onto something here, like we're doing haikus.
Yeah.
So that was my little share session, and I'm just gonna change our layout to put us all in even here. All right, cool. All right, so does we want to see now we're gonna get to the live writing. If anybody wants to share some prompts or any ideas that we're gonna write on the fly here based off of some prompts. Any ideas to share in the chat?
I'm going to add a tarot card to that, see what I get.
Sure.
I want to play around with my new deck.
Yeah, Karen, didn't you say that you were wanting to use Gothic literature? Did you ever start using that one?
Oh, I didn't open it yet. I wanted to do a flip through on my channel.
Oh, okay.
that's what you see back there, the flip throughs. But yeah, like
that one looks so good. I'm a Gothic.
It's gonna come out on my channel though. I mean, I'm gonna use it. Yeah.
Yeah. I've read so many Gothic literature books.
Oh my gosh, yeah, and probably like one of my favorite books. I mean, it's so dramatic, but it's like Wuthering Heights. I mean, I remember being like a teenager and being like, oh, like loving that book.
Getting some prompts. We've got Redeem from Ange, and we have Dreams from Nancy, and then we've got Dust Storm from Kristen Louise, which I'm really drawn to that one.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all of them probably work well together, to be honest with you. Redeem and Dream rhyme, so there's something for me already.
I think that's good. Yeah. Dreams are always, yeah.
Now, every time I see the word dreams, I think of the Stevie Nicks song from Fleetwood Mac. Have you any dreams that you like to sell?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Love that one.
And so I have the 1, 2, 3, 4 of cups. So, or chalices, excuse me.
Is that the Chrysalis Tarot?
Yes, it is.
And that's 4 of cups. That's Cancer. That's Moon in Cancer.
I fell in love with this on a flip through, but then when I bought it, there is so much white background and the images are smaller than I thought. That brilliance of color that I saw on the TV really got lost. But when you sit there, I think I might figure out maybe to like maybe blacken the sides a little bit, because when you add black to color, that makes them pop.
Yes.
And the colors, I mean, even look at the backs of these cards. I mean, those are the colors I like to use in my artwork. Yeah. I mean, the backs are gorgeous. I mean,
that's
the whole
beautiful.
deck is beautiful.
I had a friend of mine that trimmed hers all the way down to the art, and she has it now it's like a mini size in it.
That's what I want to do, but I'm afraid that if I get a trimmer, it's not going to be even. And I don't want to ruin the card. So I don't know how to do it.
That's me. Like, I can't cut a straight line to save my life. Like, even with I mean, I can mess up a straight line easy. Like, I'm horrible at cutting straight.
But I would like to see if I can have someone maybe do that for me later on.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, maybe somebody else who's like good
It's gonna
at
be
it. Yeah.
tedious. 78 cards.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. And
so
yeah, because I mean, like I would kind of be really sad if I messed them up, I don't have like a plethora of money just to go replace them if I mess them up. All right, so what did we decide on, like dreams, any of those things?
well, Lennon said that she feels all three words will work together for her in a poem or connected to the
I'm
poem. So
Yeah,
Okay,
I can use all of them,
okay, cool.
but y'all can use just whichever one you want, I guess. Also, y'all get all quiet and stuff, and sometimes I like to talk about my stuff. So if I
that's
start
fine.
That's fine.
randomly talking, like y'all probably gonna have to mute me.
That's fine. What is this job? Karaoke and tarot, like peas and carrots.
I have a
Crazy.
question for the word redeem. It also is synonymous with redemption. Is it okay, Ange, if I do redemption in place of redeem? Because redemption would fit a lot more poetically for me. So, Ange, if that's cool with you and with you ladies, I'd like to use the word redemption.
Hey, we're all about turning ourselves into thesauruses over here.
There we go.
All right.
All right, Ange.
Let's see which one of these. Storm. Dreams. Redeem. Mm. Let's see.
Well, I'm going to go, ladies, if it's okay with you.
Yes, absolutely. Here, I'll put you on
So,
the big
no
end.
problem. Oh, you can. I was going to say you can just leave me down in the lower one if you want. It's very short. Um,
Okay, that's easier.
so, and I'll probably play around with this again because it's never done the first time. So this was interesting. So thanks, Ange. Searching for redemption in the bottom of chalices, removing the debris and dirt from years of dust storms, collecting empathy, awaiting the half full dream full wait yeah, excuse me, awaiting the half full of dreams. The patriarchy is still willing to share. Can I do that over again? I stumbled all over
Yeah,
my
go
words
ahead. Yeah, I want to hear it again.
because sometimes when I write really fast, I kind of hard time to read. So, searching for redemption in the bottom of chalices, removing the debris of dirt from years of dust storms, collecting empathy, awaiting the half full of dreams the patriarchy is still willing to share. Or should I say sell? No, I meant to say to sell. Because I had that song in my head, the Stevie's lyrics in my head, willing to sell. So, yeah,
I
not sure
like
what's
that.
that.
Yes, that's good. My little girl just said, "Ooh."
Ooh.
I I don't know if I really wrote anything that like hits into the themes here. I got a little carried away with the card that I drew, which was called the Survivor.
Ooh, I am a survivor. I will
Yeah.
keep fighting. Yeah. Mm-hmm. My favorite one is the one that Christina Aguilera did, Survivor. That was a badass video too.
But I
I
guess
couldn't
technically, when
jump
you
out the
say the
window.
survivor, that sounds like somebody who survived
Mhm.
dust storms.
Oh yeah. I am
Attention,
a
yeah,
survivor.
yeah. Um, this is very rough, rough. And it's weird because you would think I would take it in a different way, but here, I'll just read it. Head floats above water, charcoal shades the sky and swirls. I see the wave ahead, ready to crash down upon me. Why do I feel nothing? Um, really like when I saw that the survivor and like those last moments. I have a lot of dreams about waves just coming, like being in a hurricane, which like you know there's plenty of time that we're forecasted
You're in
about
South
most of
Carolina,
these
girl.
now.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
had one last year, so I
So,
get
but
it.
I've ever since a little girl, like I'll just dream like and like it's like right before the wave like comes right down, and then I'll just
Mm-hmm.
like
Me
wake up.
too.
So yeah, I've
Mhm.
always had those type of dreams. But I remember not too long ago, a couple of years ago, I was on the plane and there was like the turbulence, and I just kind of like looked. I was like, I kind of felt like people getting nervous, but I was just like, you know what? If it's my time, it's my time. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, why am I so calm about this? Like, so, Survivor.
There
I
you
don't
go.
know. Why do I?
And you
Why
are a
do I feel
survivor,
nothing?
my
Why don't
dear.
I care more? Maybe that should be a better line. Why don't I care more?
But I don't think it's that. I think it's because you are a survivor and
Yeah.
you know already. You know that the wave is coming. You know that the dream of the wave is coming. And just like you just said, if it's your time, it's your time. And there's nothing you can do. Uh I mean,
Thank you.
a plane, I guess there's nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, all right. Let me talk about mine. Because I don't even know what I wrote, to be honest with you.
I
I
do this all the time.
I pulled some cards and I don't even know if I used my cards. I was the complete opposite. I went with the themes. I tried to stick on the themes and not the cards. So I don't know what I was doing. Um,
There's no one right way to do this one. It's whatever goes in the mix and whatever works. I
and
mean,
I
Exactly.
want to like redo
just
it
go.
because I didn't end up rhyming because I thought I was going to rhyme because redeem and dream, rhyme, but I didn't end up rhyming. I just did something kind of free and I don't even know what I wrote. So let me see what I wrote. Okay. In the golden hours of yearning, dreams fell into my lap of the vulture riding high. Dust storms of the fool settling my teeth on edge, the knapsacks of the heart chambers. Breath coming in fast now, blindly redeeming the hidden waters of the failing oasis and broken rivers.
You just wrote that? That's so good.
Wow.
Get it.
This knapsack, the chambers of my heart. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes. Nancy shared one.
Yes.
Yeah. Nancy's.
I don't know how much I'll share there, but yeah. Dust storm dreams swirl. That's funny. I put swirls in mine too, Nancy. Dust storm dreams swirl above the desert sand. Nightmares of redemption hide amongst the rocks, waiting for forgiveness and love in the darkness that never comes.
Oh my goodness, Nancy.
Wow.
I did feel like I was in a dust storm there, though. And you know,
that
like
was
when I thought about dust storms, I thought about like those good westerns that you watch, you know, with the swirls. Okay, you know. And then I thought, okay, I'm in the West. I'm in the Wild West. I'm looking for a mirage. I'm like, you know, I'm wearing my heart on my sleeve like a knapsack. You know, there's so much turbulence in there. And then, you know, Nancy's talking about these nightmares and hiding amongst the rocks. It's like I was feeling that, like I was in the storm, but it's like the storm, kind of like you're saying, the storm is in the dream. So it's like, are we awake? Are we dreaming? You know, it's like this cool juxtaposition. I love it.
Dreams, yeah. My dreamscape is pretty crazy.
Yeah. I have so many at night. I can't remember them all in the morning, and there's just this one big blur that sometimes I can pull something out of, even if it's just a snapshot. And it's just, I wake up sometimes with a headache or exhausted. Yeah.
So sometimes snapshots are enough, you know.
Yep.
To figure out what he's trying to tell you, you know, if anything.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
But when Karen was talking about the hurricane with the waves, I've had dreams where I've seen a wave coming, and you know, I know it's going to hit, and I'm thinking to myself, am I going to make it? And just as like Karen says, it's about to hit. That's when you wake up, or the dream changes to another one. So
check out these. This is random. Like, okay, so I love charms like Ange, and I got these cute like little books, like they're like little dollhouse books.
Aww.
And look, they open.
Oh my God!
Stop! Like $2 off Temu, but still, like I got like $50.
Aww.
Like is my thing. I thought that was cool.
So Nancy, is that a prompt? Sunrise, sunset?
Or is that the song? You talking about the song? Sunrise, sunset.
My mom had that. My aunt Pat actually sang that for at my sister's first wedding. I remember that from being a little girl, hearing that song. Yeah. John says Twilight Zone. Okay, so are these prompts or is these just
untie me?
Now I got the song Twilight Zone in my head. You know, by Red Ryder.
Hey, we can do song.
Billy Earring, Twilight Zone. Yeah. You're stepping into the Twilight Zone.
I like that.
Yeah.
Twilight Zone, or
So Nancy, is sunrise, sunset the prompt, my dear?
Sunrise, sunset, or like. Ooh, we've got the lunar eclipse coming up.
And John, is Twilight Zone your prompt?
I gotta check on my girls for a second. But yes, y'all just pick whatever. And
okay.
Yeah, I gotta check on my girls. I'll be right back, y'all.
Okay.
Woo!
I forgot to ask, is she there by herself?
I think so. I'm not sure.
No, not really. No. Okay, sorry.
I was just wondering. I don't care. I was just asking. I didn't know. I think I like Twilight Zone, but I think I want to do both again. I don't know. Why am I doing this to myself?
I asked John if that was supposed to be a prompt, but he did say yes or no. But now I've got the song Twilight Zone in my head by Golden Earring, and now more words are coming up and lyrics, and I'm just like, Ooh, and I pulled actually the star card for this prompt. So I was wondering if I was going to get the sun card. I would have been like, yeah, that would have been pretty cool. But actually, she's got in this one, there's the two, and one's blue and the one's orange. So it could be representing the sunrise and the sunset too. So I just love the colors, Lennon, in this cards. Oh my
No, they
god,
really are. They really pop. Like the
and the
green,
art.
there's like this turquoise color.
Uh-huh.
It's like you're looking really at it, like you're holding a jewel, you know?
It
And
is.
they've painted it on top of a jewel or a rock, you know?
They
Uh,
said the artist was influenced by Gustav Klimt, and I could see some of that, but I could just really see too a lot of the early cubists and stuff where they were starting to play around with shapes,
yeah.
like the Blue Rider, with
Mhm.
Kandinsky and all of them. And I'm just seeing, I'm like, oh. And if some of this artwork, the style too reminds me of Lady Frida Harris
Oh
and the
yeah.
shapes of things that she did, for the top deck, and I was like, oh, that's cool. So.
Okay.
Alrighty. Hi, Amanda, Mama Sushi.
Oh, Mom and Sushi's here. Okay. All right. I'm gonna mute myself and write.
Am I muted? No, I'm not muted. I was gonna start talking, but I don't.
What were our prompts?
Sunrise, sunset, and
Yep.
then possibly Twilight Zone. John
Okay.
didn't confirm or deny, so
Twilight Zone.
and
Yeah.
I pulled the star card
Yeah.
from my tarot, so
Yeah.
going on with
Okay.
that.
Now I see. Yeah. That's like literally. Yeah. That's interesting that you pulled that. I like that.
Okay, I have something to share. This will probably be worked on. Did you say you're using the Chrysalis Tarot? Yes, I am, Ange. It's my new deck. So I'm going to show the picture of the card again. So this is my card. I think I'll just hold her while I'm reading. So what I came up with is lost within the waters of my reflection, filling my flesh with stars, I pour twilight's last breath into her mauve and gilded sunset, mulling my desires like fine fruity wine, glowing with amber honey, glowing with amber honey. Oh, glowing with the amber honey of sunrise. That's what I have for that one. I messed that one up a little bit.
That's good. That's good. Are you ready, Lennon?
Oh no, I'm still working on mine. I was listening to Heather's, and I was kind of reading what Nancy and Ange put.
I know, me too. I'm like got maybe like 2 lines or whatever.
Yeah, I got 2 lines, and then I'll probably
Nancy, did you pull the star card too, or was that because I pulled the star card? I'm curious to see if we both pulled the same card.
Yeah. Ange is really good too. Yeah. We'll read
So Nancy
theirs.
is, let's see, sunset.
Let's
The
see what
bird's last call, swiftly to the branches, heads tucked under wings, dreams of sunrise as the stars twinkle above the crescent moon. I love that, Nancy. That's beautiful. And let's see, Anne wrote as.
sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead,
I was
Linda.
just gonna say that was good.
I like that. Heads tucked under wings. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And let's see. Ange wrote, as hours pass, the sun ascends, casting shadows where light extends. Moments fleeting like whispers blown. Time dances softly in the twilight zone. Oh,
Wow. How are
that's
y'all writing these right
good.
now? That's so good.
Wow, you ladies are on fire tonight. Woohoo.
I think it's something about like being off camera.
Less pressure. Believe me, when
Yeah.
it's like you're sitting here and people pop in, what's going on? And there's absolutely nothing but silence.
I know.
Well, this happens a lot in the booktube
Silence.
community. They do like writing sprints and
Uh-huh.
reading sprints where all they're doing is reading a book, but and they're just sitting there quietly reading their book, but it gives their audience a chance to like, okay, we're creating a sacred space for this so that you can read too. And it kind of creates this like
Huh.
scheduled time to read or scheduled time to write. So it happens more than y'all know.
All right, cool. I just want to add the line of filling my flesh with stars was actually a line from I got to hear it today and it reminded me of it from the Craft soundtrack. Jewel wrote a song called Under the Water, and she wrote, my flesh is filled with stars, or my flesh is full of stars. And so that song, boom, just popped right into my head, that line to add to the. So that was also taken from a Jewel song. My flesh is filled with stars. Let's see, and who is the author of that deck, Heather? Tony Brooks, but it doesn't seem like it looks like yours. It's possible. Where's my box, Ange? Hold on a second. I purchased it at our local metaphysical shop the other day. It's by Elizabetta Trevison. So this is the crystal tarot that I have. This was from Ange. I'm going to try something. Be right back. I should probably mute myself.
I just read a haiku on the fly. Okay. So I'm like, didn't like how my poem was going at all. It's really quirky. All right. So obviously the Moon Girl came out. You got the star, Heather. And then
There
I
you
got
go.
this Moon Girl that came out. And I put hopefully I counted my syllables. Y'all probably saw me like over here, like blah blah blah, like with my fingers. I hear you, Becca. I hear you, Becca Grace. She's just like looking at me. All right, baby girl. Okay. Alive at sunset, shimmy and shake, my legs quake. A moon girl I am. And yeah, that's my she's just dancing in the moon. So
That's your little cheering
Love
squad,
that.
your background music.
yeah. I like that because I just looked, I was like, she's shimmying and she's shaking and
Love that card.
I
yes.
like that one.
All right. Well, I guess mine's ready. I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna silence myself.
I don't know. I guess mine's ready. I tried to think of some more things, but I don't know. I'm gonna leave it here and then work on it later, probably. Okay. Between the fires of the sunrise, I fight the light's battle. This twilight zone defends the beast, and the death bell begins to rattle. Between the flames of the sunset, I conquered the swiftly beaten orb. Upon the field of day's last assault, this new flash I shall absorb.
Ooh, I like the
Ooh.
bell. The word bell too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
Tolling of the bell.
Guys, like we're beating the sun by it being, between the day and the night. The sun is going to get beat. Like all those myths where the sun is like a chariot riding over the sky and you think he gets defeated at dusk. I like that kind of stuff.
And then Diana
Yeah.
follows behind him on her chariot, shooting
Right.
her stars into the sky. I love that.
Oh, wow.
Fantasia. That was one of the
Mhm.
greatest things ever. I got to get my hands on Fantasia when they release it. The original again someday. I just absolutely love that. So pagan in so many ways.
I know.
Yeah. Especially the second one when they did the end where the fire erupted and then life was reborn. The stag nudged the little fairy or the spirit or the fae and to start building up and awaken and rebuild. And that brought tears to my eyes when I saw that one.
Oh.
And that's going back to 99.
Wow.
And Nancy says, I like that, Lennon. I
Aw.
know.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah. I have a hard time reading on the fly live. But it's something. Sorry, my girls turned on the fan. But this is chaos. Twins chaos.
Does anybody else have any prompts for us? I'm going to do something a little bit different when we get our next prompts. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab a card from one of my hand painted decks that I'm working on, and
Nice.
see if I can do maybe a poem along with one of whatever cards that I get with this. So
Nice.
I want to play around and give my little test drive.
Sure. Whatever. Yeah, I think we could probably do one more and then yeah, my girls are running on I don't want to keep, I think we've been hour 8. Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good. I was just looking down this one. So I'm gonna joyride. I love these cards.
So I'm not seeing any prompts. Lennon, would you like to throw in a prompt? You're our guest.
I actually have a word bank. If y'all want some words off here,
Yeah.
let me pick
Sure.
a word at random because I like to make lists of words.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
And I'll just make them at random words I like and stuff. And this one I wrote down last night and today for tonight. So let's see. I've got the words liquefy
Mm.
Ooh.
and annoy or annoying, the junk drawer, and torrent. So I mean I don't
The
know.
junk drawer. It's funny.
Torn as in Torn.
Torrent.
Torrent.
Torrent. Torrent.
Oh,
Torrent.
torrent.
Torrent. Like a
Gotcha.
like a
Can
storm,
you?
I guess. The torrent's coming. But I liked liquefy. That was a good
Yeah,
one.
I like
Yeah.
liquefy and torrent. Yeah,
Yeah.
to go with the card I pulled. Okay.
Liquefy.
Liquefy.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Hmm.
Now I gotta pick a card. And I haven't shown my cards, but I'm using my mini Everyday Witch tarot.
Oh,
Aw, I like the
I love
minis.
I love my Everyday Witch tarot. I love that there's a cat in every single card.
Yeah, and I live vicariously through it because I'm allergic to cats, so I can't have any.
Oh no! Oh,
Mm.
I know, pity me.
oh.
All right,
Oh,
what did we decide? Liquefy or torrent or both?
I,
hold on.
I, all the
Liquefy.
lists I picked liquefy and torrent. Those are the ones that are resonating with me.
Okay.
And junk drawer's kind of doing that
Should
too.
we pick Liquefy?
Mystical Kitty.
Is a certainty.
It's a certainty.
Oh, I didn't ask you anything, Kitty.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Just kidding. Definitely.
Is that like a magic 8 kitty or something?
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah, my Mr. Predicto Kitty.
Uh,
All right, so Liquefy, Predicto Kitty said. That was really cool. Sorry, I'll mute myself. So, like, what is the state of something like when it liquefies? Like,
What?
What?
like thinking about things that liquefy, you know?
Yeah, okay, that's the thing. It's a poem, right?
Yeah.
Anything. Mine, okay, I'm gonna tell you mine. Let's talk about this one because this is the last one. So let's talk.
Yes.
The recipe has liquefied. A torrent of inked ingredients flood the cast iron memories, glue back the cloak of craving, and make a mess of the kitchen.
Ooh.
Wow. Girl, that's good.
Anything can liquefy. Your brain can liquefy. Your
Oh,
heart
I
can liquefy.
know. Yeah. That's why I was just like, what do I want to liquefy?
Or metal. And then like you liquefy metal, it could be mercury. So then you're taking someone's temperature. I mean,
That's
the
what I was
possibilities
thinking
are
about was
endless,
liquefying metal.
You know,
That's
like,
what I was
yeah.
thinking about.
And we can use it to cast. And then we can make weapons out of that, or we can make you can weaponry out of that. You can liquefy metal and make a mold, and then you're molding something. You're molding your next self. I don't know. It's a bomb. A liquefy something. It can be a bomb to the soul, a bomb to something. I don't know. You
Look
just
at
like,
Nancy just wrote. My junk drawer is annoying. A torrent of confusion lurking like a twilight zone, boxed up and begging
to be
to be liquefied.
of course, that's so good, so good, and it's so true, right? Like we just
That is
want to
so
liquefy.
good.
We liquefy the junk drawer, everything, scissors, lighters, a box of matches that there's have no matches in them. You know, like why are you keeping that box of matches that has no matches in it? You know, and then like sometimes like that happened to me once, and I'm like, why are we keeping this? And they're like, we need the striker. I'm like, but there's no matches. The next time you buy matches, it'll come in a box with a striker on it. Like, and then if I'm ever out of match strikers and I do happen to have a match laying around, you can use an emery board. You know those things you file your nails with. Just
Ah,
so.
okay.
I like that because now I'm picturing all my junk drawers. I just like turns to water and then I just pour it down the drain.
Yeah. Oh no, Mama Sushi. Not in the oven. All right. Thank you.
Let's see. Well, I was done with that one, so I don't know. I didn't really have much to add to that one. I was liquefying the kitchen, making a
It's
mess.
perfect. I wouldn't add to it. It's perfect.
Hey, Sylvia. Welcome, welcome.
Hey, Sylvia. How are you? Thanks for being here.
You stop clicking mommy's hands.
Ow.
Stop it. This is a mess. You're not making it easy, so we're going to say hello to everybody, and then you're going to go back down again. So, say hi to everybody. Say hi, but I won't stop licking mommy's hand while she's trying to write. So there we go. Ugh. You wait a ton. Hmm.
Okay. I wrote something really weird.
Same here. Still working on it.
I mean, this is out there. All right. Liquefy my lips so they melt into your mouth and hold you inside.
Yes, girl. Yes. Liquefy my lips. Yes, sir. There you go. There you go. And see, all I thought about was like this very intense, passionate embrace, and how you're
Yeah.
melding together, melting together.
Yes. Yeah. I like to write I I don't really share them too much, but I do like to write things that, are a little risque.
Stay tuned. Next year, release from Karen, her little erotica series. We'll have to come up with a special pending for you, like Anne Rice did for her books.
Wait, what did Anne Rice do? Did she write poetry?
No, Anne Rice wrote real strong erotica. She did a trilogy of
I didn't know
Sleeping
that.
Beauty books that came out when at least I was in my 20s. And it was her first initial, and then it was Roland Coeur or some. It was French that she chose, but it was separate from her vampire books.
Oh,
But
wow.
it was quite potent. It's not for the faint of heart for some people. Some of her
Whoa.
erotica. It's called The Sleeping Beauty something, but it's a 3 book.
I did
Leaves
not
nothing
know.
to the imagination.
You
I've
read.
read some pretty out there stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
I read smut, but there's been some other stuff. I mean, you read stuff that's like George Bataille or the Marquis de Sade. I mean, that stuff is
Oh,
out there.
Oh, the Marquis de Sade. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, that
That takes it
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
other levels.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
my 20-year-old self being raised the way I was, I mean, I wasn't completely naive, but reading this stuff, and I'm like, it was one of those things that made me like get a little
Blush.
excited, but then very uncomfortable. And it was just like,
Yeah.
I think I need a bath. Woo, damn girl. I need
I think I
was it a
needed that.
baptism after that or an exorcism. I said, I don't know what, but let me read. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Oh, see, Nancy read that trilogy way back when. So
Ooh.
naughty Nancy. Oh,
My husband used to laugh at me. He's like, "Are you reading your smutty vampire books again?"
I can't get into vampires, so they disturb me. I have nightmares. So
I know. I
stay
do have the
except the
nightmares.
Twilight series. That one I actually I think enjoyed because of the introduction or the balance with the Native American aspect to it with the wolves.
Yeah.
I love wolves and Native my here part of my from what I understand a Native culture or heritage of mine. And you got and you know Sam Cheske Spencer, he was easy on the eye, so I didn't mind watching that movie for him. Ooh, bare
Yeah.
chestnuts. Well, let's go back again.
I haven't read any good smut in a long
Edward
time,
who?
though.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to rewrite this one over. Lennon, did you want to go?
Oh, I mean, I didn't write anything else. I mean, I wrote that one, and then
Yeah.
I just wrote something called like, I mean, I was like, streams of liquefied dreams awaken the vat where wine is made, call forth the cards that remember the flood of ancient knowledge.
Oh, I like that.
I might
That's good.
do it together, and make it like this whole, like we're making, I don't know, we're flooding ourselves with the wine of creation. I don't know, something else.
Oh,
Well, out of my cards, I pulled this one that I painted, and so I decided to use that card.
Oh, I love
And
your art, Heather. Oh,
I know. Me
yeah,
too. Beautiful.
I jumped back and forth a little bit, so it's like so snow and ice liquefies into crystals of yellow, shards of sunshine, blades of grass, within the torrent of tears and branches bearing a burnt orange mantle melting from Gaia's eyes. Spring becomes a bath. And that's kind of I'm going to have to play around with that, but it's a little
I love
wordy.
that.
Like my teacher in college, I could hear him say, a bit wordy, needs more digesting. He would write stuff like that on
Yeah.
paper. So
Oh, hey, Mary. Starshine. Hi.
oh
Good to
hello.
see you. Glad you're
The name
enjoying
is
it. Thanks for being
familiar.
here. Yeah.
Been a while. He's excited to see you too, Mary. So which
Oh,
one is that? Is that Becca?
they're a mess. They're such a mess. They've got stuff all over. One pushed the other one down the other day, and she's got a carpet burner here. I was like, oh my God. They fight.
Sisterly
They
love.
fight. They fight. Oh, I'm going to regret that later. All right.
Hello,
Oh,
Ramon.
there was
Good to
something
see
that.
you.
Oh, what? Hey, Ramon, how are you?
Yeah, Ramon, you got to join us next when we do
Yes.
one of these.
Yes. Yes. Please do. I'll share with y'all like one of the first haikus that I shared tonight. Not the one of the first. Anyways, it was early on about the ones I wrote about my twins, like the light bluebells chiming, laughter echoes down the hall. I did start this off in like a longer poem, and I was kind of looking back at it, and it's really not that bad. Um, I'll just share this because that's what we're doing here. Fairy blossoms grow in my home, like bluebells chiming, laughter echoes down the hall. These girls are magic. Their light is electric, illuminating every crevice, chasing the shadows away. Because I just looked, I'm like, they're just so happy and like, just so, yeah, like you just see the joy, just sheer joy that hasn't been polluted yet,
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's the beauty of it. And I know you see that too, Lennon.
yeah, it's like pure innocence.
Yeah. And then they just smile. Like they're just so like I wake them up and they're just like, ah.
Mine does the like every time I walk, like if I were to go to the bathroom and come back, he's like, hi, like
Oh.
and he waves and I don't know the way
Mhm.
he plays and stuff, but he's very expressive because my husband does all kinds of facial expressions. He can do anything with his eyebrows and his mouth, and he's very expressive, and um, he's got good, the little one's got good rhythm, but then he'll have that like he'll do an eyebrow raise. I mean, to be two,
Oh, hold up. Yeah.
okay, stop it.
He's
Hold
got
up.
the
I
Jim
can't
Carrey
properly.
face. Where
I
like Jim
can't do
Carrey,
it
you can
now.
make any expression. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I talk with my eyebrows a lot. People
And he
make fun
does
of
too. My baby does too.
me. People make fun of me. So, wow. I think,
we had a productive night.
yeah, I think we
It was
did
fun.
too.
I had a blast.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here, Lennon. And
Oh yeah.
yeah, wow. You write on the file a lot better than you thought you would. You did
Oh,
good. Yeah, it was
I
awesome.
was nervous, but yeah, like I liked it helps. It's a challenge because then I can take what I think will not work and then not force it, but allow it to work.
Mm-hmm.
The whole
Yeah.
liquefy thing. Like you can liquefy
Yeah.
anything. Let's liquefy. Well, we're liquefying the junk drawer. Like
Yeah.
we're doing
Yeah.
all kinds of cool and
And then you end up with poems that you like. Like I
I
went
know.
back and I was reading stuff later and I was like, thought it was awful. And then I go back later, like 3 months, I was like, that wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
You
And then, like,
Yeah.
I watched this scene, how you do in like Dead Poet Society where Robin Williams is like, he's like covering the eyes, right? And he's like,
Mhm.
just say it. Just say it. What does it make you think? You're sweating teeth and this old guy with the blanket and everything. And
I
you're
love that movie. Yeah,
like, he's
yeah.
just like forcing the poem out of these people because it's like, shut your brain down for a minute. And
Right. Just
let
say
the
it.
words come,
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
and once you like release that filter of that, and then like words mean this and can only mean this. No, they don't. They can mean anything. We can really just kind of mix and match and word meanings and make verbs into nouns, and we can do
Yep.
what we want to, and
Mhm.
it really comes out in this poetic extravagance. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
love. That's what I like to just like let my mind go and play with some words and make things that wouldn't make sense if I was just like to talk in that way.
Yeah.
Make a poem. It's
I love it.
good to just kind
I
of like
love it.
let yourself, break the rules a little bit.
Oh. Oh, well, thank
Yep.
you so much. I had so much
Marilyn.
fun, and everybody's
Mhm.
saying how much they enjoyed it here.
And Marilyn wrote a
Nancy,
haiku thanks
yeah.
to you, she said.
Oh, I love
Um,
that. Oh,
That is very cool.
yeah,
thank you.
thanks to Karen too. I'm gonna be once I get off here, I'm gonna be challenging myself to writing some haikus.
I do them like while I'll be doing the dishes and a haiku
Yeah,
pops in my head. I mean, because they're kind of easy,
yeah,
like in that way.
yeah. You can
Yeah,
Mhm.
time and stuff with it. Yeah.
yeah. So now
I like that
watch
they're a
out next for
challenge.
Lennon's haiku book.
Maybe not a whole book, but
And
I'll
Ramon's
share them
really
with
good
you
at
guys.
writing haikus
Okay,
too.
yeah. Well, thank you all so much. And tomorrow on Heather's is that on your channel tomorrow or Nancy's channel, The
It's on my
Divine?
channel tomorrow.
Okay,
Effie, Spirit Whisperer, will
that's
be
right.
joining us, and we'll be discussing the aspect of the divine feminine as Holy Spirit, like Sophia, Shekinah,
Hmm.
and
Oh,
whatever else that
cool.
we can find too. So
Cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
looking forward to having Althea on my channel for the
Yay.
first time and
Yeah.
joining Nancy and I. So yes, we
Yeah.
had Luscious Lexi. Was it last week? No, or the week before.
Or
We
what do
had
we call her?
Lexi on, and
Sexy
now we're
Lexi?
having Althea. Yeah, everyone calls her Sexy Lexi. I called her Luscious Lexi. So Nancy goes, "Oh, I'll
Luscious,
take that one too."
luscious
So
Lexi. I love it.
yes.
Oh, oh,
And Mary, you're a poet. Oh well, you have to join us on some evening. Hi,
Hmm.
Judith. So
yes,
yeah, anybody, even our
please.
chatters.
Yes.
If you don't do tarot or readings or anything, if you still love poetry and you write it, just let us know, and we'll be happy
Yes.
to have you on. I just don't know. Karen and I'll have to talk afterwards because I'm going to be relocating within the next month cross country. So I don't know when I'm going to be able to have proper internet to, you know,
Mhm.
keep up with certain shows. But when we get settled,
Yeah.
we'll have to have, you know, we'll be doing more. We'll pick up, and then we'll
That'll
have
be
to have
okay.
people
Yeah.
joining us. And she says, I will. So,
Yay.
yeah, just got to play things a little bit by ear right now. So
Absolutely.
it's
But
going to
hey,
be a
I'm good
2,000
at doing
mile
that.
hike to drive. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, you
So,
yeah. I don't want you to stress about any of that sort of stuff because I know you have, and I do know that, Heather. Yeah, that you've got
3
some
to 4 weeks
things.
to go. Do,
But
do,
you know,
do,
time
do.
flies. Like I look and I'm like, wow, you know, a month sounded like a long time, but it's not. It goes by
It
so
came by
fast.
just like that. Yep.
Yeah. So,
So,
all right. Well, thank you all so
yes,
much.
thank
And
you, everybody.
everybody,
And thank you, Lennon.
Thank
yes,
you.
please
It's always a
And thank
subscribe
you
to
pleasure.
everyone in
Lennon.
the chat. I loved everyone in the chat too.
Yes.
And Ramon shouted, he said something to me that he loved my video. So I just wanted to say, hey, Ramon, and
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Oh,
I love that.
oh, that's so sweet. Yes.
He's a lovely gentleman. He is.
He is. We love Ramon.
And quite
Yes.
talented himself, okay?
Oh my
Yes,
God.
yes.
Yes.
Ramon. Yes.
When he writes poetry and he reads it, I swoon. I mean, I know people still use the
Yes.
word swoon, but it's just like, read it again. You know?
Smile right now.
Yeah, I betcha. So,
All right. Well, this was fun.
yep.
And I'll be back on. I'll be back on. I'm going to hit y'all up and be back on here.
Okay,
Alrighty, sounds
awesome.
good.
Yay. Love it.
Okay.
Okay. Thank y'all. Bye-bye.
Bye. Have a good night.
Bye.